What is generally not realised is that the rate at which you benefit truly from the experience of being here, regardless of the politics, economics, or religion of the situation that you are in, is not actually simply a function of the nature of the good and evil around you, but the rate at which you adjust to such. I mean, you can grumble about the weather indefinitely and almost every day. It's either too hot, too cold, or it's so dull and unboring and I want something else. Another person with the same weather condition experience is experiencing it quite differently, in that he loves the change, appreciates and finds ways of adapting to the change or the lack of it, such that his life is fuller and better. And he's very happy about it. You can resist the state and be thrown in prison. This is not a good environment. You can ignore social pressure and find that there are social costs. Your level of peace, joy, happiness and hope is not actually determined by what's going on around you, but how you understand it. Which part of it you're preoccupied with and what you're trying to achieve. If you're seeking wealth, power and worldly success, then you'll have a life of much stress. If you're seeking the most beautiful partner in the world, in perfect health and appearance, the acclaim of man and the envy of all, you get what you deserve, which is the result of such. And it's not good. It's extremely not good trying to get it and achieve it. The costs turn out to be extremely high in terms of health, happiness, hope, joy, love, peace, compassion, understanding, wisdom, you name it. Against such, virtually speaking, is what Paul says. There is no law. You can be as kind as you wish to people. The law seldom restricts you. You can be as peaceful as you like. The law may require you to go to war, but there's all sorts of ways of not shooting the enemy, isn't there? Unless it becomes abundantly clear, in which case the officer in charge may have to shoot you. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not some panacea of no pain and all gain. You may be forced to go to war and you get bombed out of existence. But for the bulk of the everyday living, you can very often find many ways that living becomes quite a happiness and a joy. Almost a contentment, except that you're learning all the time the consequences of good and evil around you. And you learn it all the more realistically when you can't avoid personally suffering from some of the evils. You adjust your values very quickly. You become a different person accordingly. And I don't know, but I think that might just be the reason for us being here. That we come to know good and evil and the fruit thereof, and change our values accordingly, which changes who we are. That is our maturing for heaven. We may do this pretty efficiently, we may do it very willingly, we may obstruct it at every turn and resist. That's true. Choose you this day whom you will serve. At least in large measure, you can choose to be content, you can choose to be happy, you can choose to be hopeful, you can choose to appreciate that which is good. You can choose to be positive and not negative. You can choose to be loving instead of indifferent or hostile. You can choose to seek ways of peace that greatly affects your life's experience. Taste and see. You'll stay here indefinitely until you do. No, you say, we've only got 50, 60, 70, 80 years. But perhaps you keep coming back. Perhaps some of the religions are right. You keep coming back to this world until you sort yourself out. Could be the case. We don't know. We might feel we know one way or the other, but we don't actually know. Uncertainty abounds. It seems in almost everything we do, if not all. Being rational, wise, loving, peaceful, well-intentioned is the way to go. Thank you, Dad.